What's up, guys? My name's Dalton Brudlinger, and welcome back to Sailwind. Today's going to be a bit of a long one because we are leaving the Aestrin region behind. Well, not entirely. We're going to the furthest island that's away from the capital, but is still within the region. We are heading for Happy Bay. And Happy Bay, if you're unfamiliar with this game, is, you can see it kind of right down there in the middle of the map at latitude 35. So pretty much to the southeast of Mount Malefic, south-southeast, that's where we're heading. And then after that, we'll be heading to the Dragon Cliffs, which is awesome, if you ask me. Behave. Off screen, I went ahead and loaded up the ship with plenty of food and water and rum and stuff like that. So we are good to go as far as food supplies go. I've also got a quadrant. I have my original compass, and I also, even though people said not to do it, I went ahead and bought the chrono compass. Reason being is because this thing is very expensive, and this will basically show you your latitude and your longitude at noon. So it's a very, very, very useful tool, and I want to show it off. It's probably going to be one of the last tools that you get. Some people don't like it because they think it makes the game too easy, but I am too dumb to use the actual clock. So I'm going to stick with the chrono compass because it's what I know. So yeah, we are good to go. I've already got the cargo. For anyone who is curious, we are taking some mail. We are taking mail to Happy Bay, which is due in 21 days. Then we are also taking some nails. And beyond that, we are taking some mail to the Dragon Cliffs themselves, as well as some mail to Newport, which is just, should be pretty easy. The only reason I got those is because, I mean, they're basically right along the way. Like, once we get to the Emerald Archipelago, the first stop I'm probably going to want to make is at the Dragon Cliffs anyway, so it kind of made sense to take some mail. And, well, I'm sure we'll be able to get some more mail whenever we go to Happy Bay. Provided we live. With me at the helm, you never know. Okay, so the wind is blowing basically in the direction we need to go, or from the direction we need to go, but that has never stopped me before. I'm going to use the square sail to help us back out of here. I hope. This is kind of where a square sail would actually be kind of handy for the ship. Because square sails it's not realistic, as far as I know. It's not realistic at all in the slightest, but it does help you get out of situations like this where the wind is blowing directly into your bow. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm sure we'll get out of here sooner or later. So, once again, I just want to say thank you so much for the comments and the support. It's really awesome to see the channel being engaged to such a degree. It's never really happened to me before. And a lot of people seem to like the longer videos, so I will keep that in mind for the future. Today might be kind of awkward, though. The schedule might get kind of messed up this week because, number one, today is the day of the election. In the United States. We are potentially either putting Donald Trump or Kamala Harris in office. Heaven forbid the latter one. I'm not a big fan of Donald Trump either, but I'll take him over Kamala. Anyway, politics aside, we are almost away from dock. And I'm also getting kind of a late start on this video as well. I had to go to the grocery store to get some groceries, and I had to run a couple of errands. And I just now get out of the shower. So I am now starting at 4:20 p.m. Okay, come on, a little bit further, a little bit further. That's all I need from you, just a little bit further. Now, some people suggested that I reduce the ship's mass and things. I don't think that's entirely necessary because where we're going, the current setup is actually going to be pretty useful because whenever we go to the Emerald Archipelago, there's going to be a lot of times we have to sail against the wind, and having this particular setup is going to help out quite a bit. We will be able to get some new types of sails at the Dragon Cliffs. I don't know if I'm going to use them yet or not. I don't know how the junk sails will look on this particular boat, but we shall see. Also, people were kind of worried about this ship capsizing because of the mast setup that I have. I'm not really that worried about it. If I get into some really choppy seas or I'm having trouble with the ship staying on course, I can always just lower the rear mast and just rely on the main mast. Or if push comes to shove, just like I did with the load of rice in the previous episode, I can just rely on the Genoa if needs be. And I'm gonna go out a little bit further just to make sure I don't hit that beach. Alright, so this is gonna be our longest journey yet. So in between cuts, because this is going to be such a long journey, oh yeah, I also upgraded the spyglass too. This will help me see a bit further away. Between cuts, I'll probably tune in to watch the election, or maybe I'll even watch some other YouTubers as well. I've actually started watching Nintendo Capri Sun again. And if you don't know who Nintendo Capri Sun is, well, you probably don't play a lot of Nintendo games, and he's been around pretty much since the start of YouTube. He was actually the second YouTuber I ever started watching. He does, he's got some pretty good playthroughs for older games like, say, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, a lot of the Nintendo 64 and GameCube or even Wii games. But he is not for everybody. I will say that. He is not for everybody. He's, how can I put this? He's basically like a 50-year-old man trapped in a teenage, he is a teenage boy trapped in a 50-year-old man's body, is what I'm trying to say. So he's kind of immature, but his immaturity has some level of charm to it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this risen up. So one thing I'm very curious about is the lantern oil. I've never really messed around with it before. It's these two bottles I've got right here. I brought an extra lantern just in case one of them burns out with no backups, but I've got 15 extra candles. I'm pretty sure we should be relatively okay. I think I can probably go ahead and let this fly out a little bit more. And alright. Maybe I should go ahead and tighten this just a smidge. Not much, just a smidge. And yeah, we are going to be heading out beyond Mount Malefic, which I'll probably sail with you guys beyond Mount Malefic. This is not going to be a uncut video by any means at all whatsoever. In fact, this is going to be the first time I've done the ocean crossing in the COG. I also thought about putting a cabin on this thing, but decided against it because it's just going to be more weight, and I like having plenty of food preservatives with me in the event that I cross the ocean. That way, I have plenty of food on me in the event that I lose track of where the heck I'm going. Because, believe me, your first time crossing the ocean, it is kind of nerve-wracking. And I haven't played this game for a while, and I haven't done this for a while, so I'm a little rusty at it. However, if you read the comments in some of my videos, you'll have a lot of people saying that they've done this with just the very, very basic tools. If you are new to the game, I would not recommend that you do that. Play the game the way that you feel safe playing. If you want to have more tools available to you, then just continue running the circuit around the local islands. If you feel confident in your ability to sail across the ocean, go for it. Play the game however you feel safe or however you feel comfortable. For the time being, it is not a multiplayer game, though that might come in the future. I'm not sure how I really feel about that. Like, yeah, it would be really cool in a lot of cases. I can definitely see the usefulness of having a second crewmate, especially on the bigger ships, especially the brig. And I'm not going to say that, I would not welcome like online play or this game going off to consoles and things like that. I would welcome that wholeheartedly, but you're always going to have those types of players that just want to make chaos for everybody else. And some people find it funny, and from time to time, I find it funny myself. But every once in a while, whenever I want to play something serious, those types of people, the type of people that I'm talking about, they kind of tick me off more often than anything else. Alright, so I'll keep the square sail at the bow lowered during the daytime while I'm awake, and then at nighttime, before I go to bed, I'll probably try and raise it up. That way, we can at least... It's not going to add a lot of speed, let's be real. It's not going to add a heck of a lot of speed, but it will add at least something else. Alright, so I'm just going to take a moment, check my supplies real quick. Yeah, I've got two full barrels of water, then I've got one at 40. I've also got a barrel of rum. Don't worry, I'm making Captain Jack very proud of me right now. I'm bringing rum with me. The reason I'm bringing rum with me, for anybody who's new, rum makes you get tired a lot quicker. And whenever you're crossing the ocean, the more you sleep, the faster you'll get to your destination. Alright. I'm actually really looking forward to this. I haven't done this for a while. And I've got so much weight at the back now that the bow is actually kind of lifting out of the water, which is really what you want on a ship like this. Oh yeah, look at the wake. That is so cool. It was such a minor thing to add to the game, but it really added just so much more. I've also got some more fishing hooks as well, because the ones that I have back here are finally starting to run out. I'm down to my last 7. Unless I have one on here already. Yeah, I'm down to my last 8. Now, this might be the first time that I actually get sick in this game. Your character can actually get sick. And I've tried doing it in the past, but the reason it wasn't happening was because I was staying at the hotels or the inns quite frequently, especially once I got up to the point where I had enough money to just stay overnight everywhere. I mean, they're there, might as well use them, and you get, for admittedly a bit of a steep price at some places, you get like all of your bars completely filled up for just a handful of coins, so why not use them? I say a handful of coins. At the very beginning of the game, it's quite brutal. Alright, let's go ahead and loosen this out a little bit. And I think we can also go ahead and loosen this out. To be fair, the wind will pretty much be at my back throughout the vast majority of this particular journey, as well as whenever we go to Alonk. The advantage to starting in this region, actually, is that you can really follow the trade winds. If I pull up the map here, the trade winds, or the predominant winds, go in a clockwise rotation, I guess. So from Aestrin, they'll blow to the southeast, which means that they're going to help you going towards Dragon Cliffs. From Dragon Cliffs, they'll blow to the, I believe, to the southwest, so they'll actually help you going to Alonk, or Gold Rock City. And then from Gold Rock City, or especially Oasis, the winds will blow back to the northeast, which will help you get back to Aestrin. So, starting in Aestrin will really help you out. And setting you up for journeys across the ocean for international trade and yada yada yada. I think I could probably actually get away with loosening these things pretty much completely. Maybe a bit aggressive? Maybe a bit. Might just bring them back in just a little bit. Maybe just one rotation. There we go. So yeah, now that I have all of these tools, the one thing I didn't really buy was a sun compass. Reason being is I forgot about it, and number two, I don't really use it that much. The sun compass will help you determine your latitude during the day at noon. And I'll show you how to figure out what local noon actually is. It's whenever the sun is directly to your south. So if I'm looking directly to my south and the sun is directly above me, that is local noon. And that is the best time to use your navigation tools such as the sun compass or the chrono compass. Trying to remember how to actually use this. I think you actually have it pointing like this. Unless... Okay, I know for a fact that these would probably be the latitude. I'm pretty sure these down here are the longitude. Yeah, it only goes to... Well, then again, it goes up to 45. I might have it backwards. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, see, we've got the wind really behind us now. Don't really know what else to talk about. There's really not a lot to say about these open ocean voyages because, I mean, whenever you're crossing the ocean, there's, basically you're looking at a lot of this. And you're doing a lot of this. there's really not a lot to do whenever you're crossing the ocean. That's kind of why I'm thankful that I have a secondary screen over here, because I can just kind of alt out of the game and start watching YouTube videos or something. And the small boats have the advantage that they are very easy to clean, or they normally are. This one might be kind of a pain in the butt because it's got so much stuff back here. You know, I should have gotten the tool that shows you how fast you're going. I didn't think of that. But I mean, we've got all of our sails catching pretty much as much wind as they can. So we're probably going a good, I don't know, 6, 7 knots. Maybe even faster. That's the advantage about the bigger ships, is you'll catch a lot more wind, and therefore you'll go a lot faster. I think the fastest I ever got with a sandbuck was like 14 to 15 knots, which was just ridiculous. Like, I got from Aulonk to Aestrin in a freaking hurry. Tell you what, I'll just go ahead and put this here so I have a bit more deck space to work with. I think I could probably go ahead and just bring this in. I don't know if it's really going to do that much good, but it will kind of make the bow kind of turn in whichever direction the wind is blowing. So I don't really want that too much. Alright, and it is now turning to nighttime. Might as well turn on the lantern so you guys can actually see what the heck's going on. I'm sure you can still see plenty fine on YouTube, but I mean, I've got all this extra supplies, I might as well use it. Now, I should probably mention that this series in particular will not be super, super long. This is pretty much just going to be the cog-only challenge, which means that we will be going from Aestrin. We've done all the islands here, and then we'll be going down to the Dragon... Oh my god. Dalton, talk. English. We'll be going down to the Dragon Cliffs, doing a circuit around there for a while. And then we'll be going down to Firefish Lagoon. We'll do a circuit around there for a while. And then we'll head up to Aulonk, do a circuit around there, and then hit Oasis, and then come back home to Aestrin, in which case we will be pretty much ending the series at that point. And then after that, I will probably look into starting the other series that I have in mind, which I think is going to be a mail courier. Because now I know for a fact that you can actually take mail from region to region. I didn't know if that was an actual thing before. Alright, so the stars are coming out. Let me show you how we take or navigate our latitude. So you pull out your quadrant, you aim it at that star right there, and then it tells you your latitude. And right here it's telling us that we're at latitude 40, which is pretty much correct. Because we can pull up our map here. Yeah, we haven't gotten quite to Fort or Mount Malefic yet. And Mount Malefic is like right at the top of latitude 39. It's actually taking a bit longer to get to Mount Malefic than I was expecting. And I should note that this formation that looks like a boat or maybe even a bow, uh, the star that's being covered by the sail, the star that's right there, all these other stars will rotate around it. So it won't remain the same throughout the night. But that star right there is the North Star. And the North Star remains in a permanent spot. And I'm actually kind of curious how high the sky actually is in this game. I can just barely see the flag, but we are catching wind still. Very good. I should really do a challenge where I can't use the third-person camera. I might try and do that with the mail courier. I don't know yet. With the mail courier, it will definitely be more of a slowed down and relaxed series. One where I'm not so focused on making money, and one where we're only going to be doing like mail missions, so the pay is not going to be that great. But I think it'll be interesting nonetheless. Because if I pull up the log here, the mail going to Happy Bay pays 521 Aestrin crowns, which is not bad. It's pretty agreeable. Then you get down to Newport, 3,600 Emerald Dragons, and then you have basically 3,900 Emerald Dragons. So the mail missions going across the ocean will pay pretty decent, but I won't be allowed to trade in that series. So buying the tools that I need and maybe even upgrading the ship might be kind of a challenge. However, it will make transportation pretty easy because the mail doesn't weigh that much. In fact, hang on a second. Does it say? Yeah, 25 pounds. That's it. Of course, that's only like one package of this stuff, but I mean, even with like 4 packages, that's only 100 pounds. And with 8 packages, that's 200. So whenever you get into the capital ships, you can pretty much have as much mail as you want. You just have to be smart whenever you're stacking it. Well, I mean, I brought it along, so I might as well kind of dig into it. And I don't know if I'll be keeping the crates either. I might just throw the empty barrels and the crates overboard once I'm done with them. Just let them sink down into the abyss. So I've also mentioned this book that I kind of want to write whenever I come up with a decent story for it. I'm thinking about writing two actually, but one will be more towards maybe an adult audience, whereas the other might be targeted more towards younger kids. Uh, the reason I want to write one for kids is because my writing skills are probably trash right now because I have not written anything in a long, 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 long time. And I'm thinking it might just be kind of a shorter adventure book than anything else. Might focus on the adventures of a brother and a sister who just want to go out on an adventure. And they might kind of do the same thing as what I'm planning to do with the more adult version of the book, where you're basically reading the story of a mail courier, kind of the same thing that I'll be role playing as in the next series. You know, we are over 30 minutes now, and I'm not even to Mount Malefic yet. This is gonna be a long video. And I believe I'm actually on course to collide with Mount Malefic, so I should probably change that. Oh, we can see the lights of the town of Mount Malefic over there. I don't know if you can see them on YouTube, but they are there. Try and get this thing leveled out. There we go. You can't see it because of the glass, but whatever. Yeah, the spyglass has kind of a weird filter on it. It's odd. Yeah, I'm getting tired. I'm gonna have to go to bed here before too long. I was hoping I could make it past Mount Malefic, though. How are these doing, by the way? Okay, so before I go to bed, I might test out refilling them with oil. In fact, I'll just do that now. So, okay. And then, boop. Cool. Oh, wow. That only used up 2%. So these last for a long time. Gotcha. So I wonder if the candles do anything, or if this is just strictly oil. I think it's just strictly oil. I think I see a boat. I think I can't tell. Nah, I think that's actually a building. Shame. But oh well. You know what? We are actually in a good position to just let the sails out completely. Alright, once I feel comfortable being completely past Mount Malefic, I'll turn the lanterns off and go to bed. Provided we make it past Mount Malefic. Because I'm getting very, very, very tired. Yes, I know, game. I know. I think we're fine. So I'll just go ahead and turn these off. And go to bed, and I'll see you guys whenever I wake up. Okay, we are beyond Mount Malefic now. I'm going to take a little quick reading with the compass here. We are basically on track with where we need to be going. Could probably do with bringing these in just a little bit. Okay. I didn't sleep completely all the way through, but I believe we're on a pretty good heading right now. But yeah, welcome to the abyss known as the Great Open Ocean. We have a long way to go, people. We have a long, long, long way to go. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to do this in one sitting. See, so I could probably do with turning a bit more southerly, but I think we're fine, at least for now. Oh yeah, we're heading in an agreeable enough direction. Alright, well now, the only thing we can really do is we can just take our readings at high noon and check our latitude at night. That's basically all we can really do at this point, and try not to wear our food supplies down. Speaking of which, should probably start trying to catch some fish. Now, when I was doing the Dow only challenge, I had the struggle of going against the wind coming up here, and it took me a long, long time. But the Dow can only have maybe 3 sails in total. The Cog can have 5 in total. Alright. So we'll be having plenty of... That fishing hook only lasted 1 time. But fine. We'll be having plenty of sushi on this particular voyage. Oops. There we go. Try and catch another one. That'll be our breakfast. And alright. Maybe I should have bought a stove. Are you serious? That's another fishing hook just gone. Alright. Well... there's really not a lot else for me to do, so I might just wait and see you guys at high noon. Alright, so it's a little past high noon right now, which means we can probably go ahead and start looking at this thing. So, what you want to do is, if you see the shadow moving, what you want to do is you want to try and get the shadow where the one is going horizontal meets the one that's going vertical. And that gives you a rough estimate of where your latitude or your longitude is. And right now it's showing that we are at longitude 1? Probably more like longitude 2. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It was just a little off. It works best whenever it's at exactly high noon. I've also gone ahead and taken down the mizzenmast because it was making things unstable, which is fine. Just trying to kind of keep us roughly on course here. I'm trying to make it to where we're not going to take on too much wind and make the ship capsize. Alright, well, my character is getting very tired, so I will see you guys whenever something interesting pops up. Alright, guys, it is currently morning of the following day. Why am I grabbing that? I don't need that. I can't use that now. Mount Malefic is just a mere speck on the horizon back there. Which is a good sign. It means we're making some pretty good progress overnight. Currently, the wind is blowing very favorably. And we are currently pretty much on track, all things considered. And sailing conditions today look to be about as well as they possibly can be, all things considered. I mean, it doesn't really get much calmer than this out in the open ocean. So far, I've only needed to lower the mizzenmast once because it kind of started spinning us out of control. I woke up randomly during the previous night, and we were facing back towards Aestrin, which is not something you want to have happen. It's not very useful whenever you're trying to go this way and your boat turns around and starts going that way. So, yeah, we're making some pretty good progress. Hopefully we'll be at Happy Bay in the not-too-distant future. The video is currently going on for 45 minutes, which is, I'm not really going to worry so much about the time, because most people have been saying they enjoy the longer videos. However, if I were to make the video too long, it would take way too long to actually upload to YouTube, and it might not go up on schedule. I'm trying to keep it to where videos come out around 3 p.m. U.S. Central Time, my time, Oklahoma time. So, but given that this is kind of an awkward time because we've got the elections going on and this is a much longer voyage than what we're used to, it might interfere with things. I might have to upload it on Thursday. I don't know. We'll see. I will post an update about what's happening on my community page on my YouTube channel. I don't really use it very often, but now that my channel is approaching, I mean, we're on the track to 1,000 subscribers at this point. So I'll just say that we're kind of approaching 1,000 subscribers. Now that that's happening, I might start using it a bit more. That way I can tell you guys what's going on and if there's going to be any delays. We shall see what happens. Okay, the wind is really starting to blow. And the waves are starting to get pretty choppy. We might be in for a storm. But so long as we keep the wind behind us, we should be fine. Now, one thing you want to look out for, we're nowhere near close enough to the destination for it to happen, but one thing you want to look out for whenever you're going to a different region is for the water to change color. Aestrin has this sort of bluish water, this light blue water, whereas the Emerald Archipelago has green water. And then Alonk has blue water like this, but I think it's a bit different. Whoa! Holy crap, look at this wave! Some of these waves will get as big as mountains sometimes. Let's make sure we stay on course. Think about there-ish. Should be about right. I can still see Mount Malefic, but just barely. Right, the wind's trying to push us further east. I'm trying my best not to let that happen. I might actually just need to reel this in. And then I'll bring this in a little bit as well. is trying its darndest to make us go further south. Tell you what, I'll just loosen this completely. All right. Right, I'll try and leave it there for a little bit and see what it does. Yeah, Mount Malefic is definitely just a speck on the horizon now. You can't even see it using the sides of the screen. Alright. Well, I'll see you guys once again whenever I've made some significant progress. Alright, guys, good morning once again. I am currently at latitude 37, I believe, or maybe like the lower end of latitude 38. And Mount Malefic is no longer in sight. If it is, it would just be a little tiny speck just kind of peeking up over the horizon. But yeah, I believe it is very much gone. It is currently the morning of 2 days later, I want to say. And we're still pretty much roughly on course. We should see Happy Bay popping up in not too long from now. However, it is getting later on into the day for me as I'm recording this. For you guys, it'll just be, you know, a split second since the last time I saw you guys. But for me, it is currently getting on to be about 6 o'clock in the evening. And I'm going to need to get something to eat here before too long. But supplies are still holding out pretty good. I'll do a little run through. We've got 55 uses of rum left. Still got some water. This barrel is at 20 out of 60. This one I accidentally took some water from earlier. And then this one hasn't even been touched yet. So we're still pretty good as far as food goes. Yeah, I've still got most of the cheese left inside this crate. Then I've also got all of these crates as well. As far as fishing hooks go, I'm down to my last 5 in this crate, which means this crate won't be too far away from being just tossed overboard, so I can lose some weight. And I haven't really been recording at night, so I haven't really been using my lanterns any. Might need to change that in the following night to come, but we'll see how that goes. How's the wind looking right now? The wind is kind of shifted a little bit on me. I'm not a big fan of the way the wind's blowing now, but it's nothing I can't live. It's nothing I haven't suffered through before, is what I'm trying to say. I might actually just kind of let this sail out just a little bit more. Yeah, if you're new, you don't want the wind to hit the sail directly dead on. You want the wind to kind of just roll off the sail A bit like how this is happening right now. That might be a bit too generous of an angle, but I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, we're making some pretty good progress. If we are truly at latitude 37, then that puts us basically there-ish. So more or less, we're a little more than halfway there. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a moment. Alright, it is just about the noon hour once again. Means I can take a latitude reading with the chrono compass. Right, so I guess I'm still roughly at, yeah, 37. Wind is still doing pretty good. I do kind of wish you could put flags or wind indicators kind of like down here so you wouldn't have to just constantly look up at the flag. I know the CACM has a flag that's on the main mast down here, but it'd be very useful to have like something just kind of on the sides of your ship that kind of shows you at a glance which way the wind's blowing. Following Seas did it just right. There'd be like a little bird thing that just kind of points in the direct direction the wind is blowing. But Following Seas is still a long way from coming out officially. The only thing we have is the demo. I need to play that again at some point. Maybe once I get done with this particular series, I might kind of do a short mini-series of Following Seas. The problem is there's only there's only 2 islands you can trade between, so there's really not a lot of content I can actually make from that game. So it might just be best to wait for it to come out. I don't know. Anyway, I guess I'll see you guys in a moment, once again. Okay, guys, let me turn on the lantern so you guys can actually see what the heck's going on. It's been a minute since I last brought you guys in. I've been watching a lot of the election stuff, but we are currently sitting at, looks like 36 latitude. So we're not too far away from Happy Bay, and it would not surprise me if we start seeing it poke over the horizon come morning, or maybe a little bit later into the next day. But we shall see. Hang on a second. That's not Happy Bay. But there's something out there. It's just like a lone rock. But we are definitely in the Emerald Archipelago now, as the water has turned green. And unfortunately, it's getting stormy, so I'm not going to be able to see the compass today to check my longitude. However, it feels like I might have gone a bit too far to the east to find Happy Bay. It is currently almost 7:30 as I am recording this. So time is getting tight for me to wrap up this video. I'm tempted to go over there, but I don't want to lose as much time as it would take to get over there, because the wind is blowing from that direction. But I don't think that's Happy Bay. There's no way that's... It's just like a single lone rock. And for it to be that tall from this far away, that is a very big rock. Why did he have to be cloudy today? I haven't checked my longitude for a while, so I'm probably, like, way off track. I've been following pretty much directly to the southeast, maybe a little bit south at times, but by and large, I've just been going straight southeast. Well, if all else fails, we'll at least get to the Dragon Cliffs. I know I'll definitely see those if I go too far south. Okay, guys. We are currently at the latitude 35 mark, which is where Happy Bay is supposed to be. Which means come morning time, I will know if I've gone too far east. Or didn't go far... I know I didn't go, like, too far to the west. I never went west. The only way to go is too far to the east. So come morning time, I will know for sure, but I might be able to spot it. I'm not going to see anything. Alright, well, I will see you guys in the morning, whenever I'm doing a lookout. Okay, I'm not seeing Happy Bay, though the waves are not helping. Which means I probably went too far to the east. Or maybe it's just not in viewing range yet, but... come tomorrow, I'm going to start turning back to the west. And hopefully we can find it then. But I am unfortunately out of time. It is currently 8 o'clock as I am recording this now, so, yeah, this will be like a two-part journey, I guess. At least now it's not storming, so I can actually see what's going on. I might wait until midday before I finally log off and then go about watching the election and all that kind of stuff. Right now, it's going pretty good for Donald Trump, from what I've seen. So, yeah. Yeah, I'll see you guys at midday of this day. Okay, so it is almost high noon, not far from it. I think we're close enough now I can start using the chrono compass to find out where the devil we are in terms of latitude. Don't buy the chrono compass, some people say. Yeah, well, this is why I bought it. Let's see, so... Oh, God. If I'm reading that right, yeah, I went way too far to the east. Yeah, because I'm at latitude, like, 5 or 6. And Happy Bay is at latitude... Hang on a second, I need to stop myself from capsizing. Make sure we're still heading on the right course. Yeah. Just head dead west from here, basically. Happy Bay is at latitude 4. So I'm 1 square too far to the east, if I was reading that right. I know it wasn't that big rock that I saw earlier. There's no way it was that. It was way too big for it to be Happy Bay, and Happy Bay has lots of spires and things surrounding it, not just a single spire sticking out of the ocean. Well, on the horizon right now, I see nothing. Okay, guys, it's going on 8:30 almost. I need to start getting ready for bed. I need to get something to eat. So I will call the video here, and we will continue looking for Happy Bay in the next video, where hopefully we'll be able to find it. I didn't know I was this far off course, but I got lazy and stopped looking at the compass. And that storm that I actually ran into a couple of storms. Some of them I didn't really show on screen. The only bit of land out here is that spire out there, which I might go check out next video. But, yeah. I will see you guys next time. So, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment. And if you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing, because I will have more on the way somewhat soon. And until next time, guys, God bless, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!